Anyway, let's draft. Let's draft. Hello, darkness, my old friend. This card gives a lot of free wins. It's really good removal and just randomly wins the game. Shout out to my boy Oni Ronin, Frostkin, Sharpshooter. All very solid role players. Oni Ronin maybe even above role player status. But Obliterate, as you can see, is a good card. We just saw it last game do what it could do. Yeah, I already have a playset. Of course I have a playset. But it's still the best card in the pack. And we will take it. So here, no real fire cards we want. Grand Monument's fine, but mostly, definitely the weakest of the cycle of monuments. A 4/1 charge is a nice card, but I don't think we're taking it over something like Execute or Grunt. But this is the only fire card in the pack, so we are going to have to take a non-fire card here, essentially. We could take Outblast and like Super Hedge, but I think it's enough weaker than something like Grunt or Execute that we're not going to consider it. Plus, these colors naturally pair with fire, so we'll end up in one of these. We just don't know which. A rare got taken out of this pack, so there's no real reading on signals we can do yet. It's just far too early to read a signal. And I think I do prefer Execute over Dark Return this early on. When in doubt, I default to higher tier removal than just like a good unit, but most like an above average unit for sure. But this is maybe average removal, but average removal is still usually better than an above average unit. So we'll just take that. Wow, a common and a rare got taken over Karmic Guardian. I mean that essentially has to be Torch. That's a total abandonment of our first two picks though, which does make me nervous. It certainly makes me nervous. It's by far the strongest card in this pack, though. Like, if we don't take Karmic Guardian, we're essentially taking Watchwing or Trailblazer or Crowd Favorite. So even if we take Karmic Guardian and still swing back into this, we're missing essentially nothing. Like, we're not losing out on an extremely powerful card. Like, Loyal Watchwing is nothing even remotely resembling extremely powerful. Same with Crowd Favorite. Legion Trailblazer can be, and would be nice if we end up in Felm, but just nice. Not like, oh my god, we missed out on this. Where Karmic Guardian is that level. So we'll take it, and then we get past the Cambrai Healer. I mean, there's also a Seek Power in this pack, which I wouldn't hate taking here. This is a very tough card to cast. And we're kind of jumping real hard into Cambrai, but I mean, Karmic Guardian 3rd pick into Cambrai Healer 4th pick is a pretty strong signal that at least pack 1, the people passing to us are avoiding Cambrai. Now they are gold colors cards. They're two faction, so people might just be wary of committing to 2 faction cards this early, which I don't blame them. But I'm still gonna take them. I'll be the guy to commit. So we can take the Banner here or a Mithril Mace. I've been pretty impressed with Mace. I have not been impressed with Sand Warrior, and I've never been impressed. Wow, a lot of powerful cards here. So I could just kind of stick to the Cambrai train and take like a Tower Top Patrol, which is kind of mediocre. Or we can continue to stay open-ish, although Rakano's not really a direction to go with like a Ruthless Stranger. We haven't taken any primal cards yet, so I don't really buy the idea of taking Lightning Strike and splashing Dark Return. It's kind of weird. Unless we pivot really hard back in the Stone Scar, I don't see why I'd want to take Dark Return. Yes, Obliterate. We can still end up Cambrai, Recambrai, right? Yeah, Recambrai. We'll take the Tower Top Patrol because of that. Ooh, wow. So this is a Legion.pack. I'm just going to take the Terrorzon because I love Towering Terrorzon. It might be a little bit weaker in the current meta. I think the best card in this pack is either like Acolyte or Hatchling. Like, this is a pretty strong, like, hey, you should maybe be Cambrai Legion signal. And we're going to keep that in mind. But we're still happy to play Terrorzon in that. It doesn't mean we immediately pivot into like Acolyte Hatchling territory. It means we consider, alright, we're going to be a Legion and maybe splash Cambrai Healer and Karmic Guardian. We consider that. But maybe this is just some really bizarre pack. Who knows? Nope, a Legion's open. So we're going to move in now. We've kind of been staying open, staying flexible, and now we've found our lane. It looks like we're going to be a Legion splash Cambrai cards. Maybe we splash as Execute. We'll find out. But we're gonna call that is our lane and just stick to it. We're just gonna stick to it. 2 Tower Top Patrols. Well, sure. Wow, could have had all of the Dark Returns apparently. Kind of seems like Xenon's open as I open Steward of the Past. Which is a weird thing to draft. I can't say I've drafted Xenon before. Part of me wants to just... Man, Steward of the Past is a real good card. But I think the responsible correct pick is Amber Acolyte. Even if we end up Xenon, I still want to splash another color of some sort. And Amber Acolyte helps us do that. Elysian Banner, you can give a shout out to. Desert Marshal, also very powerful. I'm just going to take the super nice fixing. So here is kind of the decision point. We definitely saw a stronger Elysian signal later in the pack last time around. Then, although it was really just the next thing Avasar we saw after that stacked Elysian pack, and then we didn't see anything else. Then Cambrai. Crownwatch Paladin's a really good card, though. So is Lightning Strike, and Elysian Stranger helps us fix. So, need to make some... We need to, you know... I need to either stick to my guns and say, we're Elysian Splash Cambrai. I'm not taking Crownwatch Paladin. I'm taking Lightning Strike or Elysian Stranger. Or we go back to waffling and take the Crownwatch Paladin. I am not going to take Crownwatch Paladin here. It's very good and constructed. It's, I think, because of how good it is and constructed, it gets slightly overrated in draft. At the end of the day, it's still a 2/2 for 2. Yes, it has Warcry Aegis and can take over a lot of games. Yes, Cambrai could be open in this direction, even though it may not have been last pack, and we wish we had it. But we're going to stay and wait and read. Just a rare / legend that got taken out of this pack, so getting past the Crownwatch Paladin doesn't mean that we're magically going to get past Justice cards here. So then the question becomes Elysian Stranger or Lightning Strike. Do we want some removal in a color combination, Elysian, that really is desperate for removal, or do you take the Stranger and kind of try and super solidify or fixing and stay super open? Oh yeah, Xenon's not going to have synergy. It's going to be good stuff cards. Like, if we wanted to go Xenon, we'd take something like Steward of the Past and a bunch of Dark Returns, and you just play your good cards over and over and over. That's not where we are here. I'm going to take Lightning Strike, but I could see that being wrong. Ooh, okay, Whip Arc. So yeah, this is where I was saying I want to kind of pivot hard into Elysian. And yes, double Primal is scary, but I think I got to trust my read and assume the Primal's going to keep flowing. We could stay open by taking like this Alk Blast, or again, ignore the signals we read, force Cambrai and take this Finest Hour, but I'm going to trust what I saw. Yeah, there's a Bright Mace Paladin, but there's also a Terrazon, a Dune Phantom, a Yeti Snowslinger, and a Bold Adventurer. All very good cards. I'm going to go with the Bold Adventurer here. Helps solidify our 2-drop spot. I love Terrazon, but we've already got a couple 5s. And some people love Phantom. I'm not one of those people. It's a fine card. I like Xenon Guardian a lot, but I'm going to slam this Seek Power here pretty easily. Going to pretty easily take that and be real happy. Yeti Snowslinger, really solid 2-drop, but I'm going to take Fixing over a replaceable 2-drop. Obviously, I had great success with Snowslinger in our last draft, but we'll take this banner, and we'll find some stuff to do. This pack is a bunch of garbage other than Civic Peacekeeper, which I don't really want to splash and play, but maybe I will. I'll still hide it. Another Elysian Banner. Aerial Ace is an okay finisher. I could take this Felm Banner if we want to go the 4-color special. Could go the 4-color special. We could end up not playing these Cambrai cards at all and go Elysian / Felm. We were seeing a lot of shadow cards towards the last pack as well, and that's kind of appealing to me. Let's do that. Let's keep our upside high. Let's keep our upside high. We may abandon this Karmic Guardian Cambrai Healer. We really may do that. And hey, we've got this Execute Dark Return hanging out. None of these cards I really care about. We'll take the Scheme, but I'm not going to splash a Scheme. Levitate is like Yeti Spy, but it actually draws you a card. Cabal Countess is not the kind of shadow card we want to splash. Smuggler Stash is not a splash. Yeah, this pack is just kind of awful for us. There's just no cards that in our colors that we opened. We just didn't open any good time cards, and we didn't open any good primal cards. So what do we do with a pack like this? What do we do here? We're pretty set on Elysian. We're pretty set on it at this point. So I don't think we're looking at a double shadow card. If you need it for your collection, go ahead. I do not need it. Unless we think we're pivoting really hard into Feln here. But I just didn't quite get a Feln read. I felt like it was more of an Elysian read. We could try and pivot into Feln and take Countess here. What are we passing up on by doing that, right? What are we passing up on? A splashed Bright Mace Paladin? A Stalwart Shield on the splash? If we splash Combright? Yeah. Torch? Somehow work Torch into this pack? No. Teleport? We already have a teleport. We're not looking for 2 teleports. Herald Song? We already have a Herald Song. Why do we even want 2? Life Drinker is more splashable than Countess, but is it that good of a splash? It's about Alchemist Blast in our deck. So, we're going to take Countess and get past Accelerated Evolution and take that, and not worry about the rest of that pack. So, now the question becomes, are we Feln splashing time? I don't know. Towering Terrazon and Amber Acolyte aren't quite the things we splash. Let's see here. There's a False Prince, so for sure we're actually 100 honest to God % Elysian. We just take False Prince and not worry about it. Even if we aren't Elysian, we're main time, right? Unless we're Feln, then we're not. Like, maybe the Serpent Trainer is the safe and easy pick here. This is like the safe, definitely making our... This is the high-end get rewarded pick. It's very odd playing a False Prince. Yeah, maybe we're Xenon splashing, like, Elysian cards. Maybe that's what we are, right? So we can kind of just get the best of both worlds, but main Xenon. I think that's what we're looking at here. Then the Skycrab Graveyard might not make the cut. Soul Collector, I think, would be in consideration, but it just got bumped up to double shadow. It's kind of an embarrassment of riches. Like, this is significantly easier to cast than False Prince. Significantly easier. So it allows us to pivot into Feln if we think that might happen. False Prince is more powerful. I don't think you can really dispute that. It doesn't really fit with Cabal Countess. That's a very hard curve to make work. False Prince and Cabal Countess in the same deck. But we're not necessarily committed to this Cabal Countess. We picked it over literally nothing. Accelerated Evolution also doesn't work with False Prince, but we're not going to fault Mr. Prince for that. We'll just take the False Prince and see what happens. Amber Monument. I would love more fixing, but I think Amber Monument is just good enough to be justified getting picked here. Ooh, second False Prince or a Lumen Defender. Wow. Wow, I love Lumen Defender, but man, I think we're just going to go with the cheaper card that can really beat the hell out of people. And then we get past the Striking Snake formation. So yeah, sticking to the time is paying off this pack for sure. For sure. Giving all your units killer, pretty killer. Soaring Stranger, sure. I like Violent Gust, but we'll take our 3/3 flyer for 4. And then, wow, a Stormlink's here. I mean, we're just getting the Elysian hookup here. I would love Seek Power. Wisdom of the Elders is great. But we're taking Stormlinks. False Prince always has an accident? Are you saying, like, False Prince always dies to removal? Because so does every other 3-drop. So it's not really a downside. The upside is when it doesn't die to removal, you win. You just win. Do I get all the cards if you win? You get all the cards if you pick them. You just get... I'm going to have all of these cards. I don't have to win. These cards that I am picking are now in my collection. They're just a part of it. We're going to take the Amber Acolyte. The first one. That is why you take the second. Yeah, they come in pairs. Both these cards are bad. Don't be fooled by the Sand Warrior. Don't be fooled. If somebody wants an explanation for why I think that card's really bad, I'll give it. I'm going to take Sapphire Dragon. Steward of Prophecy is a cool dude, and I only have 3. I could use a 4th, but I'd rather win this draft. And a 6/4 Flying Overwhelm is a good way to win a draft. Hey! Ooh-wee! Incognito dies. Thank you for letting me open this Curiox. Thank you for letting me open this Curiox. 7 is expensive, but not for a 6/6 Flying Endurance. Also, it's really hard to hit that. It's really hard to hit this casting cost. We're going to hit it. A second striking... I don't know if Striking Snake Formation is the card you run as a 2 of. I don't know if you run... See, Metal Finite, you can say that's luck. And sure, it's lucky that somebody opened it and passed it to us. But it's also skill that we recognize Elysian was the open pair and we pivoted into it. Keep in mind, we started this draft on Obliterate. We started this draft on Obliterate and took Execute, and then took Karmic Guardian. And then we ended up in Elysian, because we read the packs and were disciplined in staying open. How many cards in a deck? Striking Snake Formation isn't even that good in Elysian? I think when you realize Striking Snake Formation works with False Prints, right? You're not targeting your units. This becomes a 5/5 killer with Overwhelm. I think we're going to take the trainer here, though. I mean, we can cut stuff like Tower Top Patrol. Would we rather a Sky Snapper or a Temple Scribe? I haven't actually had the opportunity to play Temple Scribe in a deck yet. When a card quality is this high, maybe just cantripping towards them is better than taking something like Sky Snapper. We already are kind of loaded on 3-drops anyways. I'm going to try Temple Scribe. We'll see what happens. You're winning some games in ranked with that Haunting Stream list? I'm glad to hear it. It's a really fun list. Unfortunately, I keep running into it with decks weak to Haunting Scream. And I'm like, what have I done? We'll take the Gust here. We might play it. I doubt it. Also, Gankophobia has followed. So thanks, dude. I almost missed that. I was like, I got kind of hyped about some things. You can go back to Combray for Marshall. Now that we have like this Curiox that I want to cast, I'm just gonna stay disciplined and go 2-color. Go 2-color. Yeah. I don't think we're splashing anything. I don't think we're splashing anything. I think we're going straight Combray. I think we're just going straight Combray. Our playable count's super high. Sync Strike's a nice trick to have sitting around. Second, Levitate makes this Violent Gust more playable. I don't mind playing a Dispel. Dispel has its uses. Ooh, a Snowslinger. Or a Wrangler? I mean, we don't need the False Princess to come out faster. So just for Terrazon, a ramped out Curiox would be funny, but man, I love my Yetis. I don't think we're going to play either of these cards. This deck is nuts, so it'll be fun to go 0-3 with it. Yeah, this deck is good. Alright, so let's cut all the power for now. And just see what our card counts out. This is 18 power with 2 Levitates. A Herald Song. Herald Song is kind of cute with Avasar. 1 Tower Top Patrol, just for a little bit of defensive flying. I think that's our build, right? We could go 19 power because we have a Monument. We could go 19 power because we have a Monument. What would the cut be if we want to go 19 power? Am I missing a bad card somewhere? Oh, Water of Life is being sneaky. Water of Life's being sneaky. Thank you, Toph. I thought I cut it. Get the water out of there. We don't need no water. Alright, so then the question becomes, do we go 19 power or do we play like that Camel or whatever that we have? Like, we have a Camel that could join the crew. But we're not really a card draw deck. We're just going to beat the hell out of you kind of deck. Like, I'd much rather have Dispel. 19 power, just kind of curve out into these 5-drops and 6-drops. 19 power is maybe a little high, but I think Herald Song helps with flood insurance. The Levitates are kind of half a power anyways, but that's okay. We're just gonna like cantrip like crazy towards these and hope to win with them. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we lose with this deck. The question is like, would we rather have a spell over this Tower Top Patrol maybe of some other sort? I like the Levitates anyways because we have the Gus. Like, would we try... Would this deck rather have... I think we'd rather have, like, this Tower Top Patrol than a Jotun Warrior. We have another Tower Top Patrol we could bring in. We could bring in a Decay, but that seems too situational. Sync Strike. Oh, yeah, we have an Amber Monument on 19 power. That seems really solid. 16 units. Yep. I mean, this is kind of textbook. This will be one... Even if I lose horrendously, I'm going to post this one on YouTube just because I think it's a good recap of, like... how to get really lucky, right? How to be a stupid luck sack in draft. And by that, I mean make your own luck. Making your own luck is important. All right, this looks pretty good. 8-8 split sounds decent to me, except I'm going to disagree with it. I'm going to disagree with it. We definitely want more time than Primal. We do have double Primal spells that we want to hit, and Curiox is triple Primal. But on turn 3 and turn 2s, we've got Temple Scribes and False Princes, and timing matters. Timing matters. I've almost forgot a monument. Wow, I'm cheating. You guys are my cheat code. All right. How is it hiding from me? It's right here in plain. It's hiding in plain sight. All right, we'll do this. We'll do this. So this is 9, 10, 11, 12. I think we're still going to run 7 Primal because we do need to hit double Primal and triple Primal sources. You open to Curiox and draft in the same colors? All right, Mr. Sassy Pants. We'll have to do a Curiox duel. Duel. God, what is wrong with me right now? Yeah, this looks pretty good. This looks like the deck. So let's update the draft list command and proceed to get power screwed, right? With 19 power and some cantrips. All right. This looks good. We are a little light on interaction and removal. That is a concern. Hopefully our units are just so big and dumb and we have accelerated evolution that it doesn't matter. Plus we have a striking stake formation. Like, we hope that teleport, lightning strike, violent gusts is enough. You know, we're going to be trying to present the questions, and hopefully they're going to be struggling to find answers, and not vice versa.